searching for my blood adopted sister. Um, we were both born in Russia, Abakan. It's a small capital city of Kakoskia. And we got, our mother left her on the side of the road when she was 6, and she left me at the hospital. And my parents, they were honest about my adoption, and they told me, about my family when I asked, because I felt like something was missing, I didn't feel whole, I love my adopted family very much, but, being as a adopted child, there's always something missing, no matter how much loving an adopted family can give you. And so when I turned 18, I decided to go look for my sister, based on what my parents told me, which was that she was a couple years older than me, and that she was in Atlanta, Georgia. So I took about 3 years trying to find her, and finally I turned to Facebook and I typed in our birth last name, which is Markin, and city I put in Atlanta, and one listing popped up, and her last name ended with an A, Markina, and I messaged her and I was like, hey, I know this may seem a little bit off the wall, but I believe that I'm your not adopted, but your blood brother. And a couple days later, she replies back, and she was in disbelief, shocking, it's too surreal. And so I shared with her my adoption records, and that's when she realized that we had the same parents and from the same city. And she was like, wow, I can't believe I've had a brother this whole time.
And so you all met in person,
Yeah.
Azalea Festival weekend. What was that moment like?
It was a moment of completion, when I drove up to her house, she was waiting outside, and we were both like, what do we do? When I stepped out of the vehicle, do we hug? What do we do? And so we hugged, and at that moment, I can't speak for her, but I felt more complete in my life than I had ever felt complete. And just completion, is the way that I felt.